The GS4 drive can control multiple motors 3 different basic ways, and via 2 additional modes, which are combinations of the basic modes. In time circulation mode, the drive controls up to 8 motors, one at a time. It sequentially cycles through the pump motors to keep the runtime and wear of the motors evenly distributed, which extends the service life of your system and saves you time and money. Quantity control and quantity cycle allow you to control multiple motors at the same time so the system can keep up with increasing demand. Quantity control typically has one motor that's sized to meet the average or typical demand and is powered directly by the GS4 drive. The GS4 drive then uses its relay outputs to control contactors so it can add pumping capacity as demand increases. This mode can add up to 8 additional motors that are strictly line powered, while the original motor is controlled by the drive. Quantity cycle mode is similar in that it adds motors as demand increases, but each motor can be drive powered. The nice thing about that is as demand increases, each motor is spun up under drive control and then switched over to line power so the drive can spin up the next motor, which means you control how fast each motor comes up to speed and therefore control the wear and tear on all the motors, which saves you money in the long run. The quantity control mode simply hits the additional motors with full line power each time they're powered up, which is more stressful on the motors than bringing them up under drive control. The last motor stays under drive control, so there's no need for that last contactor. The catch with quantity cycle is now it takes 2 drive outputs to control each motor, so you're limited to controlling 4 motors total. Both quantity control and quantity cycle modes monitor the drive's output frequency to decide when it's time to add or remove a motor. So you would typically have the motor trying to maintain some system set point, maybe keeping a tank filled to a certain level using PID. As the demand increases, the first motor will eventually reach a frequency that you specify, usually the motor's rated frequency, which tells the quantity control or cycle modes it's time to add in another motor to help meet that demand. The beauty of that is you don't have to buy a single big expensive motor and a big expensive drive just to meet the infrequent worst-case system load. You can buy a less expensive motor and a less expensive drive to meet a more moderate or typical demand and supplement that with additional inexpensive smaller motors that the drive can automatically bring online as the need arises. This reduces both your initial expense and your long-term maintenance expenses. Win-win. You can also use the time circulation mode with the quantity cycle and quantity control modes, so you can even out the motor wear in those modes too. Click here to learn more about the GS4 drive. Click here to learn about Automation Direct's free support options, and click here to subscribe to Automation Direct's YouTube channel so you'll be notified when we publish new videos.